Hello and welcome back to my channel. So I thought I would do a video on tarot decks with keywords or the meanings on the cards. I just thought it'd be a fun little video to do, and for beginners out there, I feel it would be helpful. So in no particular order, I'm just going to dive right in. I've got quite a few of them, and I probably have even more, but I have so many decks, and I have another whole inventory over that way in a shelf that I'm not getting into. So those are mostly my ones, my purgatories, and the ones that are for sale. So I'm going to jump right in. So this is the, oh my goodness, Guardian Angel Messages Tarot by Radleigh Valentine. One of my favorite decks. And even though I'm not a beginner, I absolutely love decks with the keywords on them. As you can see, my copy is very, very loved, very used. So we'll show some of the cards. These ones, well, this deck just has a few little keywords on it. And this deck reads like a dream. I love, love, love this deck. I have, I think I mentioned that it's by Radleigh Valentine. And I have every one of his decks except for, obviously, the ones that haven't, the one that hasn't come out yet. That's due to release in next year. But look at this card here. I just love it. I just love, love, love this deck. When you want that hug, this is that deck. I've got to do that RV, or that VR, so RV, that video response someday, hug decks. So yes, if you are a beginner or just any level reader, I highly recommend. I love this deck, but look at it. It's getting so worn. It's very loved. Very, very loved. So that was Guardian Angel Messages by Radleigh Valentine. Maybe I'll do all of Rad's first. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do all of Rad's first. And we'll do that one next. Next, we have Angel Power Tarot cards. This one, I don't entirely love this one. I haven't used it much, very rarely. The backs are awesome. They've got the gilding. Nowadays, if you order any of his decks that are still in print, you won't get the gilding. I've had all of these for a long time, but this one, you get quite a bit down here. And the only thing that throws me about this deck is this pink colored border on the, what is this? The pentacles. I can't stand it. I don't like the glare that we're getting, but since my new setup, this is what I get. Still got to work on that. But yeah, you're getting quite a bit of info down here. Plus you get info in the book. The green border, the Raphaels are cups. The blues are swords. And they're Michael. The orange are wands. The purples are the majors, and many of them have been changed. This is the death card. It's been renamed to peace. And again, the pinks are pentacles. So, yeah, this one just isn't one of my faves. But it's not leaving my collection. And it has very real people in it. That's another thing that sometimes I just can't get past that. Like this one, this is okay. But some of them are, yeah, no. Not for me. So that one was, but the backs. And as you can see, it's in very good condition. The backs are beautiful. So that was Archangel Power Tarot. Next one by Rad. I've never used this one. I ordered 3 copies of it. Yeah, I have these little cards in here for when I was first checking these decks out. But I ordered 3 different copies of this one. And every one of them came damaged. So I just said, frig it, right here. They all came like this. Every copy. I kept, you know, I would return and then reorder so that I could hopefully get a copy that wasn't damaged, but it never happened. I do not like this glare at all. I wonder if I point it down. And then we have the glare here. See this? This is my new problem with my new setup. Yeah, that's not going to work either. Anyways, we'll do the best we can. The backs of these are so cute. This is all animals. Winter are swords. The red are wands. That's the Fool. And everybody who knows Rad knows he loves his collies. Look at, I mean, it's adorable. Another very soft, gentle deck. Yeah, I'm definitely not liking that that glare. Give me just one moment. Okay, so let's see if this works a little bit better. I doubt it, but so a very, yeah, you're still gonna have that glare. Look at how pretty though. They're so pretty. Five of Wands. They're just absolutely gorgeous. Oh, Five of Wands. Oh yeah, Five of Swords. Okay, yep, I was right. And then it's got Bradley's collies on there again. Ah, the squirrel. I love, love, love squirrels. So, this was Animal Tarot Cards by Radley Valentine. And it is a very sweet deck, but I could not get a copy that didn't come ruined. So I kind of gave up on it, but it's in my collection. Okay, next. Angel Wisdom Tarot by Radley Valentine. These are the backs. I love this deck, but it kind of, all the stuff that it has on the bottom down here, it kind of throws me off. I mean, I can read it just, you know, by title and image. But if I get down in here with this deck for some reason, I don't know, it gets mumbo jumbo. It gets confusing. But nonetheless, another very, like, night. And then you get the element, which is fire for wands. So that's the Knight of Wands. So you can, you know, you can tell. King of Wands. Two of Swords. It's a pretty deck. And I do like it. It's just, I try not to mess with down here. Because for some reason, like I said, it like throws me right off. Seven of Cups. So this one really follows Rider-Waite too. Three of Swords. I have not used this one very much because down there really does throw me off. I mean, I knew that it was there before I purchased the deck, obviously, but once I got it in hand, it kind of threw me off. But nonetheless, it's a nice deck. It's a more matte deck too. Notice we aren't getting that glare. Ten of Wands. Working too hard or too many hours, a need for balance in life, let others help you, health problems due to stress. So it's very, you know, I can very much agree with down here on these cards, but for some reason, the other decks don't do it to me. It's this deck, and I wish it didn't because I really love the imagery. So the little bit that I have used this deck, I just pretty much focus on title and image, and I sometimes will peek down there. But it's a beautiful, beautiful deck, and you know, not everyone's going to have the same issue that I do with it. So that was Angel Wisdom Tarot by Radley Valentine. Next is his Angel Tarot cards. And a lot of these he collabed with Doreen Virtue. I don't have any of the ones with her name on it. I have one, but that's in my, I think, in my store for sale. And here again, from when I first got the deck. And this one I did use a little bit more so shuffling and just loving on the deck. But here we have, you know, titles and stuff are changed. And you have the, you know, time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments, a guardian angel. Knight of Earth, that's Knight of Pentacles. So you can see, you know, obviously the knight on the horse. I don't like the water suit in this deck. I just don't. Seven of Cups. A complex decision, the need to do research, stop procrastinating. But like if you were to purchase this deck now, you would not get it with the silver gilding, just letting everybody know, unless you go on eBay or somewhere else. But if you go to Amazon or Radley's websites or anything, you're not going to, or Hay House, you won't get the silver gilding. They will not be gilded. And if someone sees one of these decks that I'm, you know, going through here and would like a full walkthrough of it, just go ahead and let me know in the comments. and I would be more than happy to provide. So that is the Angel Tarot cards by Radleigh Valentine. Next, one of my favorites of his, and this is the one I have 3 copies of this. 2 of this one with just Rad, and this isn't the one I use. This is my backup. And I have my very, very used copy, and this is my newer copy. Like I said, this is my backup. So I have 3 copies of this one. So I decided I would show the more intact copy that I have, because mine is very, very loved. And I had to buy this one used, and it's not bad, because I did not want to go on, and I actually got this one off. I can't think of the name of it. Macari or whatever. But because I didn't want the one with no borders. So same case scenario with all of his other decks, pretty much. The Emperor. Use logic and structure to increase your success. Get organized. A firm but compassionate leader. And this deck I love. And just looking at it, I want to take it out and do a reading with it. But with my very loved and used one. Like here we have the Death card, renamed Release. Let go of the past, an ending that makes way for new opportunities. Time to move on. The Tower, change to life experience. Ego, changed from the Devil. This would be your 4 of Cups. The World, Queen of Winter, Queen of Swords. The Wheel. I mean, they're very pretty, very fairy-like, obviously. So that was the Fairy Tarot cards by Radleigh Valentine. And that is one of my other favorites of his. I love that deck. And next, Guardian Angel Tarot cards. This is like the most, and it says it too, the world's gentlest and sweetest tarot cards. And they are not lying. Last I knew, this one was out of print, but I may be wrong. I think it went out of print and then came back in print. But again, you will not get the gilded edges, and the card stock is different. So it's like doilies. There's the backs. And this was one of the first decks I ever got. I don't use it anymore, but it is just, it's darling, and you get a lot down here. But if you're interested in this deck, you can still get the deck. It's just like this. It's just you're not going to get the gilding. You're just not going to get the gilding. If it's even still in print. 5 of Action. This is the 5 of Wands. And I never use this for client readings or anything. I use this for card of the day on my Facebook, and I've used it for myself. It's just so adorable. Another one of those hug decks. And there's always reviews on YouTube of these decks. I'm sure if you wanted to see a full walkthrough, you could find one. Nine of Thought is Nine of Swords. So the yellows are the swords. And it's just so adorable. I think I already said that, but it is. It's so adorable. And it's great to have, I mean, this is the Emperor. It's great to use for a card pull of the day. 10 of Action, 10 of Wands. You can see she's got a lot going on here. I just love it. Abundance, 4 of Abundance. The blues are Pentacles. You can see the Rider-Waite energy there. He's holding on tight to those little bags. Healers are Queens. Healers are Queens. Messengers are Pages. Helpers are Knights. Guardians are Kings. And like I said, the healers are Queens. So, very adorable deck that will never ever leave my collection. And even the guidebook has the little speckles. I'm not sure if they do. Look at the pretty little sparkles. It's just a darling, darling deck. And the front of the box has them. Very hard to see, but you can see them a little bit. Okay. That was it for my Radley decks. Next, Otherworld Tarot. I used to love this deck. Just haven't used it in a while because, like I've said before, I have so many damn decks. Too many, and it gets overwhelming. But I love it. This is kind of pippish, but it's still illustrated. So there's the Star, and you get you get one little keyword down there. The Fool, Leap of Faith. Let's set this down. There we go. The Chariot. Different energies. And, you know, some of the keywords are yeah, and some of the keywords maybe nah to some people. So here is a minor. Excuse me. 9 of Wands. Staying power. So even though you've got your 9 of Wands, there's no people in it, but you've still got illustrations. Again, here's 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands usually don't have, but here's an example. 4 of Pentacles. You've got the scales in there. And your keyword. 6 of Cups, nostalgia. And then, you know, you still got some pretty little illustrations in there. This was my first ever pip deck. And my second ever pip deck was and is the Pagan Otherworlds, which I just recently got. Here's the Death card, Endings and Beginnings. This deck, I have no idea if it's still out there. I really like it though. Wow. Looking at it, I'm just like, oh my goodness. I've missed you. It's a larger deck as well. 6 of Swords, Tranquility. Temperance, moderation. But yeah, life-changing move, Knight of Wands. 5 of Pentacles, poverty. High Priestess, meditation. They're pretty imagery. I like the imagery anyway. Seven of Pentacles, hard choice. Nah, it's not how I see the Seven of Pentacles. Moving forward, Page of Pentacles. Yeah, so you know, now that I'm looking at it, not all the keywords are very trusting. Sadness for the Five of Cups. So that was Otherworld Tarot. And nonetheless, I do like this deck. Just so many other decks have come along, so I don't use it much. Well, I don't use it at all. Okay, next, Simplicity Tarot. This is the mass market edition. I did have the Red Rose edition, but it the red gilding destroyed one of my tarot cloths. It rubbed off horribly. Emily wanted to do nothing about it. Thankfully, Etsy got me my money back for it. So I'm happy enough with this one, but I don't really use this one. And I should, now that I think of it, because, yeah. And it is very simple. It's very simplistic. And it does have a, like, yellow matte gilding on it. I like the deck, but I do not support that creator whatsoever. She gave me the hardest time. I showed her pictures, evidence. There were 2 misprints on my cards. She didn't want to replace the deck, nothing. So, thankfully for Etsy, I got my money back. So, very nice deck. Yeah, I gotta take that one out a little bit more. Definitely. Definitely. Simplicity Tarot. Simplicity. Oh, and there are the really pretty backs. Okay, we're getting down there to a few more. So this deck, oh my goodness. Okay, first of all, look here. And that's okay, right? Well, it's not okay. But it took me the longest time to even notice that. But anyways, I just fiddle around with this deck. And then I notice I like this. I like this. I think it's neat. Allow, healing, love, and nurturing. But then, and I can't remember exactly. Okay. Oh, first, let me just say, you get a yes or no maybe card. Spring, the element, and how can you take action today? You get the upright and reversed. And so I thought this little blurb here was a good little addition, until I noticed that the 3 of Swords and the 4 of Swords, they misprinted, because they both, oh, we're out of focus, they both have the same little thing there. I'm sure everybody has seen decks like these. And it's a very solid, very sturdy deck. But the picture, the imagery is just a little too little. I mean, they could have made, they had a lot more room on those cards to make the imagery a bit bigger. I was curious to see if we stroll by that 3 and 4 of swords. So just a heads up, if you are interested in this one, be mindful that they do have that that misprint, which is a shame because it's a cute little deck. Let me see if I can find them. There's the 3. Better to live the truth than to live a lie. And because of that reason, that's the reason I pretty much don't, I don't really read with it. That like, was like, oh no. I was like, oh no, what have you done? Well, plus the misspelling on the front of the deck should have told me something. Okay, where are you? Let me pull these off for a minute, guys. I have a big old stack of decks with a little tripod sitting on top of it in front of me, so kind of hugging it. Okay, here it is, here it is, here it is. Better to live the truth than to live a lie. So a misprint indeed, but it would have been a really nice learning deck for beginners and for advanced readers like me who just like to have those decks sometimes with keywords and everything on the card. I like it. I like it. This one here is super pretty. Super pretty. It's similar to the one we just had, but it's not, it's got a nice little guidebook with just enough in it. Here are the backs, and then the fronts, and they're just pretty. They're pretty. You've got everything you need on the card. You've got your upright, your reversed, your card number, and then you've also got the Roman numbers, the star, elements, air, Aquarius. Oops, you got zodiacs and everything, and you get yes or no. And which 17, which reduces to 8, is about power and success. So it's a nice deck. And this is really pretty how they have it in the little frame, and then all your information is around it. I've never used it. "13 reduces to 4. The number 4 is about control and organization. They spell organization with an S. Endings, beginnings, change, transformation, transition, metamorphosis, and or end of cycle. All right, I'm going to speed these up because I only have one more to get through. but you get the gist. Otherwise the video will never upload. And it came in this nice little pack. I think this was a $9 deck. It cost $9. The card quality is great. You get this, it came in a tuck box as well, a very sturdy tuck box, and then inside this little pouch. So for I think $9. Okay, let's scoot on to the last one. This one came in this pouch. This one too was very low cost. You get a little spread cloth here. Now this one, I like this one. You get a little white thing. Look at the purple edges in the backs. But the pictures, the imagery, I like how you get more image than not. But you get everything on the card. You get upright, yes or no card, the star, elements, you get the reversed, astrology. But the imagery is a little funny sometimes. And for those that do the deacons, you get all about that on them too. But the imagery isn't the hottest, but nonetheless, it's a neat little deck, I think. And you're getting, at least you're getting more image. Whoever created this deck loves purple. But it's very lighter weight. It's made to look a little aged. I've never used this one either. I haven't had this one for very long though. I don't entirely love the font, but it is a great deck for beginners or anybody. I see one gal that's very well known on YouTube, and she's a very seasoned reader, and she loves this deck. She uses this deck all the time. So it doesn't matter if you're a beginner. I like that sun card, the colors. Doesn't matter if you're a beginner or not. You can use decks with keywords. You can use anything you want. There are no rules. But look at that gilding. Alright guys, so, and there's no name to that deck there. It's just tarot deck. Get some spreads. Some zodiac things here. And it was a very low cost deck. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Take care. Be blessed.